Hi everyone, the end of March again, another month gone. Started fishing, had one or two good days, especially one in the River Doon for the brown trout, and hopefully another day. I'm going out on Friday, so if the weather's good I'll be dry fly fishing on the River Doon. But anyway, this is a monthly draw and that's why we're here, and first thing I'm going to do is thank you all again for your help and support. As I say, it's going to do a lot. Hopefully I've obviously share what I can and pass on what I can, and it is a great way to give out the flies, and I do get asked a lot for flies, and this is I feel a good and fair way to do it. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do is I've got a few, I mean this is there could be a few issues here. I've sent emails to everyone. Obviously the numbers came up. Now I still have two from May last year. Now it could be one of the main things that goes wrong in PayPal is the email address needs to be updated. So when I use the email address that's on there, they don't get it. I mean, I recently had one, and that was the main reason why I wasn't getting contact with them. Now, so you make sure that your email address is up to date on PayPal. It does help. But there's other reasons I get it wrong. I put it wrong. Anyway, it's all age I call it. But anyway, I don't normally do that. I'm going to show the names of these that I've got from May last year. It's just a fly but it's one of the YouTube flies, and it's a Alan Linus. So Alan, if you can get in contact with me, it could be as I say, the issues I'm talking about. So you know who you are, I know who you are, and if you obviously can get in touch with me through the problem with YouTube is there's no a private message area, and if you want to try and send me a PM either through Facebook or Instagram. Now another one in May, believe it or not, I've got a Han Hauser, another gentleman there. Now I'm not very good at pronouncing the second name of this gentleman, but this was for December. So, and his name is Ivor. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to come up a bit closer so you can see. I don't want to pronounce his name badly, but anyway, Ivor, there's something there for you. And then we've got Duncan Rayner, Duncan, and this one was for November. That Ivor was from December, and this one is latest February. And we've got Paul Chappell. Now Paul, again, if you can try and contact me, send me a message through one of the other platforms, so I'll get these away as soon as I can. So I'll just set these here. Now, as you know, there's a few items that you can choose from. Excuse me. I've obviously got the choice of a fly box. Now there's 8 fly boxes you have a choice from. And the main reason for having a choice, and I'll keep adding to it, is so that if someone's number comes up, they get the flies they're really interested in. So the first box is, you've seen this, because the box that went last month, it was in the UK, it was a gentleman in the UK that won. It was 120 Clydesdale Dry Flies, which it went, so, and it was a nice box of flies. Now this one's grayling bugs and nymphs, which I'll put a photograph up, it'll pop up in the video, and it's a nice selection of flies for the river, and some of my favourites, and you'll catch through the season with these. Now in that there's right at the back of it, so remember there's 70 nymphs in there, 70 flies. Now I've got 3 boxes. This is boxes I got. These are really nice. The silicone boxes from Knobby, and these are the watertight versions. Now this one here is it's basically, I would say, more bob flies. You can fish them dry. There's sedge hogs and so on. Again, I'll put another photograph up, but you'll see a wee bit closer of these. Now these are, I've written in the back, so it's just loft patterns, palmers and sedge hogs and so on. It's a great box of flies as well. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind use them myself, and I need to tie myself some flies. But anyway, we've got the winged wets. These are loch style wets, but they can easily be fished in the rivers, and again there's 74 in that. It's a nice selection of patterns there, so you can decide what one you want, and a photograph will come up to show it. Now, one I added to this month, one of them, was the river wets. Now, these are always popular, they don't usually last very long. So I've got some dim sand wets in this, and again you'll see the photograph. There's some lovely patterns in there, and some of my favourite patterns. People ask me about how they fish these. Yeah, I fish them very like a dry fly, basically. I cast it upstream above, just and let it naturally drift to in line with me, and I usually lift the rod point towards me, just allowing the flies to slightly come up, and that induces a take, much like a nymph. You can drop them below and let them swing. The chances of hooking up are reduced, but if you get a take, then it's a good method to fish. Now, and then we've got a good selection of Clydesdale Dry Flies. These are spiders. I guess 72 in that. Again, I'll put another photograph up. Some of these are my favourite. Spider patterns are flies without a wing. That's why you get the name spider. Well, that's one of the reasons why. Whether it's a wet version or a dry. The spider patterns work consistently really well for me. I've always done right through the season, and this box has a collection of flies from one of my favourite books, and one of the first books I ever read in fly tying by Bert Sharp, and it was Let's Fish the Clyde. So it means a lot to me, that fly box. And then we've got this one here. We've got the Irish wets. There's some dries at the base here. There's a lot of work in there. It's like tying like a mini classic salmon fly, really. These flies are really good. Loch style mayflies, we've got dabblers, we've got muddlers, we've got a kind of mix. We've got daddy wets, and then we've got CDC mayflies at the base. So it's a great selection. So, and in that there's 60 flies, a little more. But anyway, that's what's in there. And then we've got the kind of bigger size doubles. These are salmon flies. These are size 4s and 6s. A nice selection of patterns here, and quite a few of these tied with polar bear, polar fibre, or Paisley hair. Paisley hair is a grizzly polar that I've bred, and basically the fur is used, obviously. But anyway, these are a good selection, nice flies. And then we've got a large box of saltwater flies. Now, there's 50 in this. Now these are there's quite a few sea trout versions and flies in here, so, and a good box to go with it as well, a good watertight box. So you've got a really good selection of shrimps and so on, many small bait fish, larger bait fish, sand eels, we've got clousers. And the one, again, it's a nice selection. We've got the old flat wings, these are nice patterns. I like tying these. And if you can see how the flat wings, the hackles where they sit flat in the top, and you can see a little bit of movement and it's swimming away. Do look. It's a good style. It's a really good style, that. So anyway, put it in later. So there you go. So you've got a choice of a box of those the boxes of flies. So this number I'm going to be drawing just now is for that. So we'll draw a number for that just now. So what I'm going to show you, what you can see here on the screen, is a number generator. It says it's an app I have no control over other than press and generate, and it selects a number, and the number obviously is the one that gets a choice of the fly box or A5 blocks. So this one's from Apple, it's an Apple app, so you can blame them. So anyway, this is the number for the fly box, the choice. So here we go. And the number is
299.
Oof, 299. So there we are. So number 299, well done. That's you get a choice of any of the boxes of flies. So we'll be in touch, and you just basically have to. I'll send you a message, an email, and I'll get your your address, and I'll send the box to you. So well done. Now, what I've got here is I bought this many years ago. I bought this when I worked in the Glasgow Angling Centre, and when this company was selling at the time, Fisherman's Feathers, it's a really good jungle cock cape. Obviously bought it to use, but I ended up keeping it, and because it's so nice, I used it for photographs. So when I was taking a photograph of a fly and I wanted a background, I would use this cape. So I've decided to give it away. So hopefully whoever wins it can tie a few flies out it. So we'll draw a number for that. The number is
66.
Number 66. So there we are, well done, number 66. I'll try and remember to plunk in a couple of flies. We'll see what I can do, just drop them in so you can have a cast with a fly as well. So anyway, that's for the jungle cock. Now, what I've got as well, I've got a couple of items. I've got some fly tying, and I've got a box, a leather wallet. But what I'm not going to draw this, I'll draw this I'll draw the fly tying materials at the end, but I'll draw the wallet for the tube flies. Now, there's 15 Scandinavian style tubes. They're all tied on the heavier tube. These are from Sean Stanton, and they're a nice tube to tie on. And in that you have the usual type flies: banana fly, green highlander. Now these are variants of my variants. Ali shrimp, which is one of the first style I tied, and obviously the standard colour orange, yellow, black that works like the other gun. So, but there's 15 and there's 3 sizes. So there's a 25mm, I think, down to 15. So, and you get the wee wallet. There's room there for you to put extra in, so you've got the extra bit here. I actually like using these for the tubes. They're easy to put in your pocket, so that's why I like these wee. These are actually for casts, for just basically making up. So I'll draw a number for that one. Now, number
27.
Number 27 for the tubes. Now we're going to go into the flies. Now I've left them over here, so excuse me a sec. Basically what these are, I was actually tying in my room up, so that's why they're everywhere. But anyway, what I do every so often when I'm tying a few flies, I'll just sit down and tidy my room, take the stool away, as they say. What these are the flies I actually tied and filmed, and there's an extra couple usually in there for you to have a cast with, which I tied throughout this month, and there's a couple of extras as well I'm going to give away. So this is actually the latest fly I just put on, is the red tag cockybundu, or cockybundu, how you want to pronounce it. Nice wee pattern, and there's a couple of muskin. These are midge pupa, they're size 10s, so there's a couple of extra flies there as well. So we'll draw a number for that. And the number
116.
is... It's 116. Now, this is a fly I was actually catching fish last week on. It's a spring olive comparadun. Again, this is another one I filmed just recently. And what I said in the video was this is a light version, and I had the dark. So it's basically the wing slightly darker. I use roe deer. The roe deer on the wing of these is from the belly, and on the darker version is from the ridge along the back, which is darker. So it gives you the two kind of colours I like to fish in the quilled body. Same pattern though. It's a great fly. So we'll draw a number for that.
119.
It's 119 for them. Then another one. This is just simply the small olive muddler. It's a quilled bodied version, which I recently tied, and I've actually put in a couple of merger mayfly patterns in the back. These are for Ireland. And the other one here is a muddler I use for the killer shrimp down in Grapham and Rutland and places. They've got a large shrimp, and that's a great pattern for down there. So we'll draw a number for this, and the number is
296.
296. So anyway, on to the next one. We've got the Knobby Hopper variant. It's a detached body variant of a well-known fly hopper pattern, and it was just my friends down in Tasmania were tying this, and I did a variant just for a bit of fun. And so what I've done is I've tied an extra couple for you to have a cast with, so if there are any grasshoppers around you can fish this fly and see how you get on. Again, it's a nice pattern, so we'll generate a number for that.
95.
95. Now we're on to, again, another one. This is the muskin. This is the green midge pupa. Now obviously you can see I've put 2 or 3 extra in there. I've got the original plus 3. Great fly. This is a good fly coming, especially just now. I'll be fishing this. These are tied size 12, so it's a nice size as well. So we'll draw a number for them.
200.
Number 200. Now for the next fly, we've got the CDC LMA. It's a parachute version. It's just what I do is when I'm fishing throughout the season and the fly it does really well, obviously I put it to the side so I can remember to tie some more. And this is the best. This is the yellow mayfly that did really well for me, so it's always good to do that. So there's some extra here, plus I filmed it for you, and it sits nice. It's one of the river I fish, the waters, it's not really too rough, it's quite flat in places, and this pattern suits that perfectly. So anyway, we'll draw a number for that.
298.
298. Then now the Greenwell's Glory Nymph, and there we are. There's 3 in there, and there's a couple in the back, a couple of variants with the grey. I did speak about having the grey version, which basically in the original fly, or this one I tied on YouTube, I used pheasant tail for the tail and the thorax cover, and then you can use grey. Let's just use grey hackle fibres for the thorax and the tail, tied much the same way as I did with the pheasant tail. So good nymph at this time of the year. Shoot out, depending on the size you tie it. And very good in the locks as much as it is in the river. So we'll draw a number for that. The number
103.
is 103. Now this one here, this is a long hackled caddis. Now this style of fly, I got asked, this was really, got a lot of hits, this video. It's a great way of using up long hackles. When I especially first started, I had plenty of long hackles, and I still do. I have plenty of long hackles now, and I like to use them up. I hate not to use them, and I'm always trying to look at different ways to actually tie with them. And this is one of the original long hackled dries that I tied was a wee kind of heather, wee black kind of gnat type fly, and this was the Caddis version. And like I say, it got really a lot of hits and a lot of people interested in it, and it's certainly worth tying. So I've obviously put a couple of extra in there for you to have a cast. So we'll draw a number for that.
21.
Number 21. Now we're on to basically, this is the Scandinavian tube that I tied. Again, they're tied in the same sort of tube as the wallet I just gave away. And these are some extras that I had tied on my desk. So I've got the original plus a couple of bigger ones for you to have a cast with. And so I obviously signed that one, and then I put a couple in here so you can have a cast with them. So the number for them,
266.
266. Now I recently did a demonstration for the Fly Fishers International, and I tied, it was just an hour, we had an hour to tie the fly, and basically I tied one of each of these, but I did obviously a couple, one to show and one to tie on the night. So these were actually tied in the show, in the hour long. I really enjoyed the Zoom call. So what I'm going to do is I'll do them separately. So we'll do the Caddis Pupa first, the McPhail Caddis Pupa, and the number for them,
28.
Number 28. Very popular fly, that, as much as this one. This is the CDC bubble, Caddis Pupa, or no pupa, sorry, it's the adult caddis. It's a can have a combination with the bubble and with the elk hair, so it lasts a wee tad longer. Another fly I've got many fish over the years on, and it's a good combination with another nip, another fly, or itself just pulling it and it'll pop up because of the bubble. And I say that's the flies I tied on the night, so we'll generate a number for that.
163.
163. Now finally, I've got a wee package. It's just a wee drop of some fly tying materials. This is a Vineyards. It's just from Vineyards. It's just a genetic. It's a hen saddle. It's a blue dun. Good colour to have. I've also got here some threads. We have the sheer threads, 100 metre spool, uni stretch. I've got some white and red and black there, and chartreuse I think it is. Aye, chartreuse. I've also got a wee ceramic. I was gifted this from a nice gentleman, and this is a spare one, so I'd rather see it being used. So it's got the threader there for thread to pull the thread through. It's a ceramic version, so that's in there as well. So we'll draw a number for that. And what I'll do is I'll put 2 or 3 flies in with it as well, just stick them in. And just seal that up. So we'll draw a number. And this is the final thing, so the last number is
241.
241. So there we are. That's this month's draw by again. And we'll keep doing them. Just keep adding. And remember, always let me know what you think, how you feel. It's always important that you get involved. It encourages people to tie fish. That's the main thing. And I meant to mention this. Now, here we are. This is a vice, and you can see the number. Nope, I put it the right way. 00, it's number 1. This is F&F vice. It's a talon vice. You can see jaws are the same as the law. The law is no longer made anymore. Now, I was gifted this, so I'm going to be giving this away in one of the monthly draws. I haven't decided. I've got to arrange. It's Kevin Porteous when we're going to do it. It comes with a wee bag and all the rest of it. So, but I'll keep in touch about that. Now, as you see, it's a rotary action as well, and you just adjust it here. Jaws are the same style as the law. They lock really well, and it's going to be. We're going to get number 1. Now, it's heavy. I'm going to take some. I mean, the postage nowadays is crazy prices now, but we'll sort that out when it comes to it. But anyway, this is going to be coming up one of the months, so just to let you know that we'll be adding stuff and giving away. So it's my way of giving something back, and to Kevin as well and F&F. So I've got to thank them. So anyway, for this month again, I've got to thank you for all your support. It really does help, and I'll try and pass on as much as I can and keep doing the videos, which is important. Get a bit of footage down the river. Hopefully plans never go to what we're planning for. It twists and turns. We'll just take it as it comes, but we have plans. We'll see how it goes. So again, thank you very much, and hope you're all going to have a good season. And I've had a good start, so we've had reasonable weather, and hope it keeps up. So until next time.